Well, it's a pleasure to have our next guest back with us here on GCR. The last time we chatted with him was back when he was more known as Late Night LaMonte. Now he's Leadoff LaMonte. He is a Baltimore native, Giants first baseman, and he a Terp, most importantly, because he's going to tell us about someone that means a whole lot to him. He is LaMonte Wade, and he's back with us on GCR. LaMonte, it's Glenn in Baltimore. It's good to catch back up with you, man. Thank you so much for taking the time for us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me again. I appreciate it.
It's really good to chat with you, dude, and it's amazing to see you continue to kill it, even when it comes at the expense of the Orioles, because thankfully we got 2 out of 3 anyway, so we can be all right with that. LaMonte, I remember catching up with you a couple years ago after your big breakout season, and I remember I had no idea. I was just talking to you about who mattered so much to you, and you brought up Matt Swope's name very quickly and frequently. Now, of course, Matt has taken over. He's the new head coach at Maryland Baseball. I wanted to revisit it. For people that don't know, can you explain to everybody just what Matt Swope means to you personally and all of the success that you have found in this sport?
Cool. I owe Matt Swope almost everything, just the fact that what we were able to do in 2021 after, especially my first year, after debuting in 19 and being up and down in 20, I wasn't really in a good spot at the plate and really on defense as well, but it was just really lost at the plate. And all it took was, reaching out back to Swope, and he got me back on track. And we met up that offseason 2021, and we hit all off season together. And, we were able to fix some things and just talk about the game. And, I contributed that whole season, and my success right there to find Swope. If it wasn't for him, I don't think we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now.
Wow.
So, I owe everything to Swope. Love the guy, and I'm just excited for him and what he's going to do for the University of Maryland.
Can you flush that through a little bit more for me? Because I feel like when we were starting to hear that Coach Vaughn might be moving on, everyone in this community said, well, it's a bummer, but it's okay because we know who the guy is. Can you explain what Matt Swope means to this community? Not just like guys that went to Maryland, but I was talking to Troy Stokes, who never played at Maryland, and how much Matt Swope means to him, right? Like anybody from this area, what Matt Swope means to the baseball community here.
Yes. Well, first off, like you said, I am happy for Coach Vaughn, and I wish him nothing but the best. Coach Vaughn has been nothing but great to me and my family as well throughout the whole time I was at the University of Maryland. Even when I go back in the offseason, I would always talk to Coach Vaughn as well. He was always good to me and taught me a lot as well, and I wish him nothing but the best. I'll always be in touch with Coach Vaughn, but when he left, I knew it was a no-brainer. I knew Coach Swope was gonna be the guy. He's been there. He's Maryland through and through. Like he's like the perfect example of a representation of Maryland, University of Maryland, and what it means to play for the University of Maryland baseball team. I mean, he played there, he coached there, and he's been there the whole time. He's just loyal to the University of Maryland. He could have been taken away. He could be in the big leagues as a hitting coach right now, or in a pro system right now. But he turned it all down because he knew where he wants to be, and that's at the University of Maryland. And I feel like, wow, these guys who are going to get to play now at the University of Maryland are going to be lucky and blessed to have him as their coach. I mean, he's going to give it his all, and he's going to put everything that he can into it, and he's going to get the most out of his players. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited for him. I'm very excited for the program. I think the program's only going up since I've left, so they made it. They had another good run this year, had another great team. They shattered all the records and everything, just couldn't get past the Wake Forest team, that strong team. But we're definitely on the right path, and with Coach Swope at the head now, I mean, I think we're only gonna keep getting better and better.
He is LaMonte Wade. He is with us here on GCR. LaMonte, you referred to a couple of things in there that stand out to me, and I think the one is the passion for Maryland. And
yes.
I wonder, and it's not to take anything away from not only Coach Vaughn but Coach Sheff, but it's a little bit different as someone who cares so deeply about this place. As you pointed out, wasn't just looking for another job, has turned down other opportunities, and I think there's reason to think might turn down other opportunities in the future if there's success. Right. Do you believe that could lead to another level of passion and, for all of the good things that Maryland baseball has done, to close that gap, to get to Omaha, to get to a College World Series. Do you feel like that passion and how much he cares about this place could be a difference maker for this program in the coming years?
100%. 100%. I see this hire as, just the DMV. There's so many great baseball players that come out of the DMV that you look on TV and you see these guys are at other big name schools around the country. Whereas I see as that now is not being the case. I feel like with the Swope hire, like all the homegrown talent is going to stay home. Like he's so passionate about the DMV. He's from the DMV, lives in the DMV, has his family there. So I feel like that's going to be a great thing for the University of Maryland as well. But like you said, the passion that he brings, like he bleeds like University of Maryland. Like it's not fake. It's completely real. He's not only the head baseball coach, but he cares about the community. He cares about the other sports teams on campus. He cares about the academics. He's always going to care about the academics and everything else within the community. So, I mean, it's special. And like you said, it's just different. Coach Vaughn and Coach Chef, they have passion as well. But it's just something different when, it's home. It's his hometown. It's his alma mater where he's had records and he had success and where he's coached for so long to now to take over to be the head coach. I feel like, it's just all coming complete circle and coming together. And I think he's going to give it his all. I know he's going to give it his all. And I think we're going to see great things coming out of the University of Maryland, even greater things, because a lot of positive has been coming out there lately, but I think it's just going to take it to the next step.
Obviously, to your point, winning the Big Ten tournament this year was a very big deal. Back-to-back regular season titles in the conference, tons of success. LaMonte, can you tell us a little bit, maybe a story about how your relationship began, or if there's one, particular story that means a lot to you about a conversation that you had or a time that you guys got together? Is there a story that means something to you when it comes to your relationship with Coach Swope?
Oh, there's a lot, but there's one, and I think he would like it. It was I think I was a freshman. It was my freshman year, and I was in the outfield at the beginning, and there was a time where it was in the winter. It was in the fall where it was snow and everything on the ground, and we were outside doing outfield drills. And I wasn't really giving it my all, and he threw a ball and he got on me, and then then he kicked me out of practice.
Wow.
And then after practice, he came to my locker and he found me and we talked, and he kind of explained as to why he's so hard on me, and it's because it was out of love, not out of anger or anything like that. It was just all out of love, and that he wanted to get the most out of me because he believes in me and he believes that I had a future in this game past college. And that really opened my eyes, and that really, from then on, it was like anything he said I would do. And it was like, it was just this form I gained enormous amount of trust from him, and I just completely trusted him and believed in him. And from there on, he really like kind of changed my mindset and changed my attitude towards practice and how to approach the game. And honestly, if that wouldn't have happened, I don't know if I would be here today. And that's just one story from Swope, and I got plenty more. But it's like that's the one that really stuck out.
Yeah,
that's the one that really stuck out.
That's powerful. I mean, like that's a really powerful story about how a relationship was built and how that trust came together. And a guy that, I remember being that age, and I would not have maybe been so cool with someone that kicked me out of practice. I might have had an issue for some time. That's a powerful thing. LaMonte Wade is with us here on GCR. LaMonte, since I have you, not a lot of dudes play first base and get on base at a 400 clip. We knew you were a talented player, but this is a whole different level to your game. Where did this come from with the patience at the plate and fighting to get on base at an absurd clip the way you have been this season?
I honestly think I contribute that to my health. Last year with the knee, I wasn't really able to, get into my legs and do everything that me and Swope worked on in the off season. I wasn't really able to do it had the restriction with the knee. But I feel that this year with the off season I had with the strength and conditioning program I had this off season, with the rehab program I did this off season, on top of what I did with Swope all off season, I feel like it's just all coming together, and with the health and everything I did with Swope this offseason, I feel like putting those two things together is what's allowing me to have some success right now. And just want to try to keep that going and just take it one day at a time. one pitch at a time and just trying to, not let one AB linger into the next AB, and just know that after one AB you're going to get four more, and then if you don't get it that day, just got to come back tomorrow. So it's just really a tribute to the health and what I did with Swope and the mental side.
I think it's important what you just said there, because I think people need to hear that. You had that success, you became this phenomenon, right, and yet you still come back home and you're still spending time, and you and Matt Swope are still getting together even beyond that success that you found at the major league level.
Oh yeah, it never stops. It never stops, and I feel like you don't really ever find anything. I feel like you're always just making adjustments to try and get better and better each and every time, and just be more consistent. We're just trying to find a move that I can be comfortable with, that I'll be safe with the body, but also just be able to be repeatable. That's the main thing. Is that I'm just trying to be repeatable and as consistent as I can be within my move offensively, and other than that, the results will be the results. So. But yeah, every off season it doesn't change. I come back home, and actually when I called Swope to congratulate him about the head coaching job, the first thing he said was nothing changes.
Man,
nothing changes.
Man,
and I already knew that, because that's just the type of guy he is. Family man. He's a loyal man, and I'm just very excited for him, and I'm just excited for the University of Maryland program.
That's so cool. That's so cool. What'd you think of you seeing the Orioles for a couple of days? The good news is you don't have to see much more of them. You don't have to compete against them. But pretty special thing that's been building over here, huh?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. They're a fun, exciting team. They're very talented. They're well coached. They play the game the right way, and they got some young guys over there who can really play. That was on full display, and it's as a fan, I guess you would say from afar, it's really cool to see the team doing well, because anytime that the Orioles and the local Baltimore sports teams and Ravens doing well, it's always good for the community and for the city of Baltimore. So that's always great to see. So I wish those guys nothing but success and a good year. So it was definitely cool to see them though, because I've never played them before professionally. Yeah. So it is cool to get to play other teams, but also to play your hometown team. So that was special, and look forward to next year coming and playing at Oriole Park.
Yeah, we're worried that you might be targeting the warehouse at that point. We're worried. We saw Gunnar nearly get it a couple weeks ago. We're worried that when you show up here in Baltimore, because we've seen the McCovey shots, we're worried you might be taking aim. We're hoping that one day we see in the other orange and black. We're hoping that still comes together at some point. Lamont, I know it's LaMonte Wade Jr. on Twitter. Is there anything that we can plug for you that you have going on?
No, I honestly don't really have too much going on. Just my family's here in town right now. We're getting ready to play the Padres tonight. We're just in a good spot right now. We got a good thing going right now. I think we won a few games in a row. I don't know what it is, but we got a good streak going right now. So no, I can't complain. Everything's going well right now.
That's awesome. And well, obviously the season you're putting together, dude. 47 walks, 49 strikeouts to start this season. That is bonkers, dude. It's so cool to see your success continue, man. And obviously, we like Matt Swope a whole lot too. He's a great dude. So we're just as excited as you are about that. Really appreciate you taking the time for us, Lamont. Congratulations on more success, and look forward to chatting with you again down the road. All right.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I love you. Just love the show and appreciate you.